Fantasy football RB tiers. How to find a Belko back. Imagine having a running back who is the main engine of your fantasy team every week. That's what a Belko back can do for you. They handle most of the rushing attempts and often catch passes out of the backfield. These players are on the field for the majority of their team's offensive snaps, usually over 70%. They get the ball a lot, which means more chances to score points. Think of players like Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs. They have recently played around 75 to 80% of their team's snaps, making them prime examples of Belko backs. To spot a Belko in fantasy football, look at their workload. Do they get a high number of carries and targets every week? If they are the primary ball carriers and receivers, they are more likely to be a Belko. Consistency is key here. Belko backs keep their role as the main runner and receiver throughout the season. If they are splitting touches with other backs, their fantasy upside drops. They might still score points, but not as reliably. Another important factor is involvement in the passing game. Modern Belkos are dual-threat players who catch passes as well as run. Christian McCaffrey and Alvin Kamara are good examples. They combine rushing attempts with a lot of targets and receiving yards. This dual role boosts their fantasy value because they can score points in multiple ways. The team's offensive scheme matters too. Teams that relying heavily on the run and prioritize a single lead back are more likely to have a true Belko. If a team uses a running back committee, touches are spread out, and no one back is consistently producing top scores, this makes it harder to count on any one player for steady high-end production. Durability is another piece of the puzzle. Belko backs need to stay healthy and handle a heavy workload. If they get injured often, their value drops. Consistent availability means steady points, which is what you want in a reliable RB1. Statistically, Belko backs usually average between 14 and 21 fantasy points per game in half-point PPR formats. Over a full season, that totals around 110 to 340 points. These numbers put them in the top 12 running backs, the RB1 tier. Avoiding running back by committee situations is smart. When a team splits touches among multiple backs, it's tough for any one player to reach RB1 level each week. While committee backs can add up points over the season, they rarely deliver the consistent high scores of true Belkos. In the end, when analyzing RB tiers, focus on players who have clear Belko roles. Look for high snap shares, consistent workloads, and involvement in both rushing and passing plays. These are the players most likely to give you steady, high-scoring performances week after week. Finding that Belko back can make a big difference in your fantasy football success.